Hello my friends, welcome to the metal shop. So today just a quick unboxing video, and no, it's not a Martin, unfortunately. I guess we'll have to wait and see what it is. I'm kind of superstitious. I like to use my Cutco knife that I've had since, I don't know, my brother was selling these in like 1990 or something one summer. But great knife. Anyway, I'm superstitious. I like to open all my new packages with the Cutco knife. So anyway, not a Martin. I had to buy this from musician's friend, musician's enemy as I like to call them. Normally I prefer to do business with Sweetwater, but they didn't have this particular guitar in stock, so I purchased it from musician's friend, and they shipped it from Guitar Center. You know, musician's friend owns Guitar Center, so I got a shipping notice, and I got this the next day from a Guitar Center, and it's just a couple hours away from me. So let's see how we do here. Packing job is okay. You know, you'll probably be able to figure out what it is. Recognize the case. That's a Taylor case. A little extra tall though. What's going on there? Got George, the shop dog, coming to check out what's happening here. So let's see. Case latches. We got 1, 2, 3. All right. Let's see. Oh, must be on the back side somewhere. There. Up. 4. Latch there on the back. Alright, so let's see. First things first, there's a lot of fingerprints on here, which does not make me happy. Some dust. This was obviously hanging.
It's pretty hard to see from the camera angle, the fingerprints.
Okay. It's, I'll give it a quick clean and just make sure that it's not scratched up, has pick scratches or anything like that. Anyway, Taylor 250 CE acoustic. Plenty of dust here. So, yeah. You know, it's what you get from musician's friend, is you get a guitar that was hanging on the shelf in a Guitar Center. You know, so realistically this should be sold this should be sold as a demo. I may contact musician's friend about this and just say, you know, I didn't receive a brand new guitar. And I did read some stuff online that you know, they're shipping out guitars that aren't brand new. But you know, I bought another guitar over here, you know, from Sweetwater, and the thing is flawless, perfect. A brand new guitar coming out of their warehouse, not, you know, grabbed off the shelf, you know, hanging on the wall at a Guitar Center where people are beating it and demoing it. So yeah, if I'm gonna keep this, I'm getting some money off. That's just ridiculous. So anyway, but there she is, and I'll let you know how it turns out. Cool. All right, so you saw the unboxing video of the Taylor CE 250E Black Deluxe 12 string, and you saw my commentary that it was covered in fingerprints and dust. It badly needed a setup. I don't think I said anything in the short little unboxing segment there. So, yes, I fell victim to what has been happening a lot these days, and there's a couple of videos on YouTube about this. Wish I'd done my due diligence and done a little bit more research. But Guitar Center. I purchased this from Musician's Friend. Musician's Friend is selling used demo guitars as new on their website, shipped directly from guitar centers across the country. So if you were to buy this guitar and say, you lived in Kansas, your local guitar center, a couple, 3 hours away or whatever, is going to ship this to you. So therein lies the first issue that I had. Was I purchased it on a Monday, and it was after hours. It was late at night. I got the thumbs up from the wife, the okay to buy the guitar. You guys know what I mean. And I went right and bought it. No problem. I get no communication from Musician's Friend other than we've received your order. Fine. Now, I'm used to doing business with Sweetwater, who their communication is fantastic. Most retailers that you deal with, you get a confirmation of the order, your order status is changed to shipped, they give you tracking, blah, blah, blah. Sweetwater will send you 12 high-definition pictures of your guitar. I love that. Sweetwater didn't have one. I would have just bought it from them. They are my preferred online outlet. Anyway, so I buy it from Musician's Friend, figuring I've been getting their catalog since the 80s. And when I had a little money, into my late 20s and early 30s, I actually started buying things from Musician's Friend. Never really had any issues. I've never really bought any big dollar guitars, but some, middle of the road, $300, $400, $500 guitars, amp stands, stuff like that. Never had any issues. Always received brand new product. I received something defective. They shipped me return label. I shipped it back, no problem. But, okay, so where's my story? So I bought it on a Monday. Tuesday comes and goes. I get absolutely nothing. No communication whatsoever. And that's unusual because they advertise that they ship same day if the order is placed before 3 o'clock. So I'm expecting it to ship on a Tuesday. Now, I'm not trying to be a whiny crybaby, like, I want it now. It needs to be immediately. But, it's a business day, and it goes by with absolutely no communication. So I'm like, okay. I give them the next day, and by, I can't remember what time I finally had enough with no communication, midday, I call, and I get India. I get a woman, very nice, but very hard to understand, from a call center in India. And I'm like, great. Tell her what's going on. I haven't received anything. She says, your guitar will ship out today. Fantastic. I get the shipping notification, UPS, and I have a UPS account, so I get better emails and tracking than most. And it says I will receive the guitar, now this is a Wednesday, the next day, on a Thursday. I'm like, that doesn't sound right. How am I getting it in one day? This should be shipping from some warehouse in Ohio or California or wherever. How am I getting it in one day? But it says the package is on my way from Guitar Center 519. Okay, so when it arrives, Guitar Center 519 is in northern Vermont. And so it's about, 3 hours away from me. I didn't buy a guitar from Guitar Center. I contact Musician's Friend, and they say, we'll look into it. What do you, think about what you're looking for a refund. Send us some pictures. Those pictures that I inserted in the video, the pictures I showed you, covered in dust here, as you expect from a guitar hanging on the wall. Covered, and I mean disgustingly covered in fingerprints. A little ding on the headstock. Nothing to cry about, really, but here's the rub. I didn't buy a guitar from Guitar Center off the wall. I bought a guitar from Musician's Friend expecting a brand new, in the case, set up, perfect guitar from Musician's Friend, as I would receive from Sweetwater or other reputable outlets. So, Musician's Friend puts me in touch with the actual manager of the Guitar Center in northern Vermont, and I'll call him Rick. That's not his real name. And Rick is kind of irritated that I'm even calling him. I don't know why they referred you to me. I don't know why they didn't just deal with this themselves. I'm like, okay, but they did. And he's like, well, what are you looking for? And I said, well, in my opinion, this isn't a brand new guitar. It's not used, but it's a demo. This was hanging on the wall. This had been played. hadn't been taken care of. I say a demo is usually about $100 off. A used guitar is about $200 off. These are price fixed, so I can tell you what I paid for it. $15.99, $1,600. A demo should be $14.99. A used guitar should be $13.99, $12.99, so on. I tell him that, and he's like, "Oh, I can't get anywhere near that number." And I'm like, "Okay, you asked me what I was looking for. I'm telling you a demo should be $100 off. I can do 50. I can refund you $50." And I'm like, "Well, then why did you ask me what I wanted off when you knew all along you were only going to give me the 50? I was pretty irritated, to say the least. His attitude was poor, and he's like, "If you walked into Guitar Center, this is what you're going to get." And I'm like, "But I didn't walk into Guitar Center. If I had walked into a Guitar Center, seen a guitar covered in fingerprints and dust, maybe I'm going to try and get money off. Maybe I play it, I love it, and that's fine because I can see it. I know what it is." I'm like, "Oh, fine. I'll have to take it home. I'll have to clean it up." But I get the thing, and now I spend an hour polishing it. This needed to be treated because it was so dry. The fingerboard needed to be treated, so I slacked up the strings. A string broke. This thing had been sitting on the wall, I'd say a year, at least a year, at that Guitar Center. So I tell the guy, I'm like, honestly, $50 is insulting. He's like, "Well, we'll send you a return label." I'm like, "No, I want to keep the guitar because they're getting harder to find." I think, don't quote me on this, but I believe they've been discontinued from Taylor. And in the grand scheme of things, a painted Taylor guitar at $15.99 that's the low. This is at the low end for a Taylor guitar. Anyway, I give it a good clean. I treat the fingerboard. It needs a setup. The action is okay here up in your cowboy chords, but I'm going to be honest here, completely honest. I'm telling the truth. I bought the same version in red on a 6-string, the CE series, the 200 series from Sweetwater, a Taylor, and I got it. And honestly, the action was pretty good up until 5th, 7th fret, and it's astronomically high here. That guitar from Sweetwater also needed a setup. Maybe it's a neck adjustment, maybe it's a climate change or whatever. I've heard that you have to put shims in here to adjust the neck. I'm not sure, but I can play. That was terrible. Anyway, so there's my saga of Guitar Center also shipped me Guitar Center. They're synonymous. They used to have nothing to do with each other. They used to be completely separate entities. Musician's Friend, you bought something from them. It was shipped online. Guitar Center, they didn't even speak. They didn't talk. They were like different branches of the armed services. Maybe if Guitar Center needed something, Musician's Friend would ship it to them. They would sell it to their customer, but it didn't work in the reverse. You weren't getting used demo gear off the shelf. So anyway, there's my saga. I decided to keep the guitar. It's a nice guitar. Still needs a setup. I should just tweak the neck myself. I think that it's got too much back bow, a little tweak, and it will be fine. But buyer beware. Musician's enemy, musician's friend is going to sell you a used or a demo guitar, right? And they're going to have a local Guitar Center, pull it right off the shelf. That is why they're in bankruptcy. That is why they're going out of business, and their customer service stinks. I did get $50 off, which honestly I found was insulting. I did give Rick a hard time, telling him, if you just spent 10, 15 minutes cleaning the guitar, making it presentable, maybe you wouldn't have an issue. The other thing, this guitar is supposed to ship with a black pickguard. Now, I bought this separately. You can see it's a Martin style. I didn't get any pickguard. It was also supposed to ship in a brown case. All the Taylor literature states that the CE 250, the 12-string, ships in a brown case. I got a standard black Taylor case. And it did have the warranty card information in the little bit of case candy, whatever. But, so I assume that Guitar Center number 519 in Northern Vermont has a nice brown case with a black pick guard that someone else is going to get when they buy their used guitar from Musician's Friend. Anyway, thanks for listening, my friends. Again, I hope that you find this video useful. Take it, take the lesson that I learned the hard way. Don't do this. This is the last thing that I will ever buy from Musician's Friend. Don't buy anything from Musician's Friend. You're going to get used demo gear, and you're going to pay full price, and you're going to get crappy customer service that's going to knock you down and step all over you like you're a doormat. So, as always, my friends, take care. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider a sub. Lots of good stuff on my channel. Hit me up in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories about horror stories from dealing with Musician's Friend and Guitar Center. All right, my friends. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you guys for watching the video. The shop dog wants to say hi. Make sure to follow twitch.tv/refuel_MC. I try to stream weekly. It's a little hard with the internet connection, but if it's working well enough, then I'll stream. That is twitch.tv/refueled_MC. I stream Valorant, CSGO, and Minecraft. Peace.